Hello, here I am again. Am I looking pretty enough? It's called zoom dysmorphia. Is it actually called? One second. Yes, it is called zoom dysmorphia. Since we're all sitting in a post-apocalyptic Armageddon, we have to watch ourselves in Zoom calls all day long. That reveals to us that we look like fucking zombies most of the time. So of course, I'm now exposed to the growing concern that maybe I'm not as beautiful as I could be either. Maybe I should get, like, I don't know, a service or something. The Zoomer generation probably has something like that, like a makeup girl you can call on Fiverr or something. I'll have to look into that. But for the moment, well, I guess this is a good segue into a new video, because I was told that my last video showed me as a less eccentric personality than usual. And I must say I find that unfortunate. I mean, I'm as difficult and terrible to be around as always. So I had to, increase it again for this video. So anyway, where have I been? Have I not been working on my video game? Well, nothing could be further from the truth. I've actually been really busy, and today I want to talk a little bit about that. So the first thing that I must say is, of course, sadly, I'm still sick. Long COVID, every day, all day, constantly. Yeah, it's still super fun, as always, which slows me down dramatically in pretty much anything and everything, and of course that includes my pursuit of game design. But regardless, I wanted to use the summer to get a little bit of inspiration. Those of you who've known me for a longer time know this is not the first time that I've dabbled in video games. In the past, I've been doing more things like science fiction, but this time I wanted to be different because I wanted to be more personal. I want to, create something about something I've actually experienced and seen. I haven't really talked much about that before, but I'm from a little country called Austria, which is located in Europe for the Americans among you. And it's actually a pretty beautiful place, and I want to bring some of that into my video game. So I thought, let's use the summer and let's do some recovery in some of the more picturesque locations. So the first thing we're gonna do today is watch vacation slides. I'm sure that's something you came here for, right? So as you can see, there's like mountainous areas, there's lakes. That's the kind of scenery that you have around here in Austria. So I'm making an RPG game, and I'm basing it on old classics like Alundra or, let's say, Zelda. And all of these fantasy settings usually have like the same things, like a beach type scenario and a volcano scenario and all of that stuff. And when I think about that, it's really like, I don't know anything about that. I've never been to a volcano. I have been to a beach, to be fair, but every game has a beach. So what I've been thinking instead is, let's do what I'm familiar with, which is mountainous areas, lake areas, as you can see here, this sort of stuff. And attached to that is, of course, picturesque old towns that are small and beautiful. Okay, I think this is the first time I'm sharing my screen in a official video, but as you can see, currently I'm working on a dungeon. Maybe I'll, go into that and more another time. For the moment, I just wanted to show you something else, which is, lo and behold, the wonderful town of Eichbaum, which, if you looked at my reference pictures, I was inspired to add a lot of ivy and more organic shapes to make the whole place seem more in line with the kind of look I'm going for. Of course, there's the marketplace, which is a complete rework from what I had in the trailer, so that part is gone now. Together with, you know, some inhabitants that I will be working on at a later date. But at the same time, those of you who have followed me on Twitter have probably seen this already. So you can see I worked a lot to get nature right. I want to get exactly the feeling that I showed you in the picture. So I'm going for this really bright, nice summer day, midday, burning sun, hot weather. So we have a lot of shader effects that make the plants move around with the wind. The grass is also interactive. The water has a very nice shader. I tried to start developing more shaders, and the reason is very simple. As far as video games are concerned, I consider them an art form. There's no doubt in my mind. However, it's an art form that not many people speak, in fact. Because I want to put the game part aside for a moment. There is a certain technical artistry, a sort of lost art in our day and age that originated from the time when video games had to run on very limited systems with limited capacity. From that time you have things like the demo scene, which is basically people using these old machines to create really impressive effects that are based on mathematical shortcuts and optimizations that just sort of blow your mind. And I feel working on a video game is really trying to implement something like that, you know, also being creative on a technical level. And the thing is, I don't consider myself a programmer, and I can't really say that I'm going for, you know, pushing performance to the limit or something like that. But as far as technical creativity is concerned, I have found shaders to be a really nice topic to express yourself a little. So something that you can see here is these butterflies that are flying around, and this is actually a total shader effect that bends the mesh so it looks like it's an animation. And I'm always looking for more ways to offload certain effects into a shader model. Just because, you know, I would feel terrible if I didn't at least consider some of the current ways that push the edge of game development. And even though I cannot really spend too much time on any such detail, I think on the long term, these are the things that I can actually be proud about, like little technical achievements on top of the whole picture, which I honestly want to talk about another time. So yes, that's how I've been spending my summer, and I do intend to actually get to the point where I can make more recent updates. We will see. There is still a lot to talk about, but maybe that is best saved for another day. Alright, on that note, see you around.